Okay, hi, it's Dory. I'm back. Uh, anyway, I was able to ignore his begging. It took a lot because, again, I was lonely, and here I am living with girls for a whole year. Most of them I didn't like. But I stayed strong and decided I'm not going to do it. And then I got out. I got a house on the street I grew up in where my sister was across the street, in the house I grew up in. And I lived my life clean and sober, and I was able to stay away from him. He tried to get back with me so many times through people because he knew my sister was across the street, and he knew that he wouldn't be able to come over to see me with her being right across the street. He knew she'd come over like a tornado, take care of that. So anyway, I stayed strong and I stayed away from him. And I have no idea where he is now, what he's doing, whether he's alive. I don't know. I don't want to know. I know that most of the friends, a lot of the friends that I've had and hung around with in those times are dead. Um, a lot. Some of the ones I liked, I had a friend, Charlie. He was, he took me in when I I was Dennis went to jail, and he took me in and was watching over me. Never tried to make a pass at me or anything like that. He was seriously looking out for me in our drug minds. Let's put it that way. In our drug world, he was looking out for me, and he gave me a place to stay. We were homeless, but we make enough money together to get a a motel room for the night or for a few days or something. Or we'd find a place to stay in somebody's basement, apartment building basement that was locked, and the guy would come down and open it so we could sleep there at night, lock us in, which was so dangerous. I was so scared if a fire started, we'd be locked down there and we'd die. But it was a place to stay, it was a place to sleep. I felt bad when he died. But then I also felt good because the struggle was over for him. Uh, his mother had died, and he was really, really hurt by that. So he was able to be with her and be drug free. Like, if that's all true, I have no idea. Anyway, why I'm mad at Truthfully Trisha is because every video she brings up this domestic violence and how he hurt her and how he did all this stuff. And she just keeps on and on like she's the only woman who ever was beat up or something. I don't get it. I mean, it's enough. Don't keep talking about it. If somebody brings it up, maybe you can go into it a little bit, but she doesn't wait for somebody to bring it up. She just keeps bringing it up and saying, oh, I'm so much better now. I'm in such a better place than when I was abused and destroyed. And she keeps going on and on and on. And the only thing I can see now is she's calmed down quite a bit. But in some of her older videos, she had a lot of anger issues. And now she seems to be more like a gentle, nicer type person, but she still keeps harping on the fact that she was in a domestic, an abusive relationship. So were a lot of other people, and so are a lot of other people. And it's like, okay, stop. I mean, the latest visit thing was, I don't know, 3 days ago or something? I'm not sure when it was. She was talking about it, the whole thing again. I'm sorry, but there are other women out there that are suffering just like you did, just like I did. I don't keep harping on it. Just shut up about it already. We know. We all know. Just drop it. I guess she was strong enough to get away. She threw him out when she was in one of her multiple personality type things. So she says. And good. I'm glad she got away. I'm glad I got away. And to all those women out there that are in a domestic violence situation, you can do it. Just whenever you can, make sure that people know that you are in a domestic situation. Sorry, I made a mistake of calling an insurance company, or not phone, filling out online to get quotes, and my phone has not stopped ringing. It continually rings and rings and rings, and when it calls, it stops recording. So anyway, tell people that you're in a relationship like that. Let them know, so the more people you have that can help you when you want to escape, is the better. Don't keep it to yourself. Kind of let people know. And for those people that say, I don't know why she stays, she must like it, it's not that at all. They lower us to the point we can't think for ourselves, and we can't make it without them, and that our family and friends are not on our side, that they're just there to use us, and they're going to hurt us, and they're not going to believe us. They tell us all kinds of things, and we have been beaten down so low that we believe that. So we don't want to leave, because after all, what are we going to do? How are we going to start over on our own? I can't make it on my own. That's, the mind. They think they can't make it on their own. They don't have a job, maybe. That's usually what happens. They get talked into quitting their jobs. And you think you can't make it on your own. But there's resources out there that help you. They do help you. And you might have to live in a shelter for a little bit. You might have to have live in a low income area. But isn't it better than being beaten every day? And when you get a job and you start making your own money and nobody's taking it from you and it's not being used for him, you start saving money, putting some money away. It's going to be tough at first. But believe me, in the long run, you're so much better off, and you become a stronger person for it. And you'll get your self-esteem back. It just, it might take a little bit, but the whole time, every little step that you take, you feel good about yourself. Every little victory that you have, you feel better about yourself. So don't sit in a relationship where you're getting abused, whether it's mental abuse or physical abuse. It doesn't matter. Abuse is abuse. And just remember, you got to have a way out. Always have a way out. Don't listen to them. And don't be afraid of starting over by yourself or going to a shelter. Don't be afraid of it. All those girls have been in the same situation as you. So, stay strong. Keep your head up. Lay low. And talk to somebody who could get you out of that relationship where you could go where they would protect you. You got to have that as a way out. You have to know that if it gets bad, really bad, and you get really beat up, especially if you go to the hospital, that's the time to tell them, because they will protect you. They will get you set up with somebody in the hospital, and then follow through with it, because you're just going to go back, and no matter how much he says he's never going to do it again, he is going to do it again, and it's going to get worse. Okay? It took me being strangled, and the whole time I was being strangled, I was scared to death for my kids, what was going to happen to them. That was my turning point. That was rock bottom for me. So that's it. But as far as truthfully Trisha's domestic violence, I will say one thing: her husband is still out there, and if he was really, she needs to tone it down, or he is going to come back and do something. She just keeps on and calling him names and egging him on, and I'm surprised he hasn't been back. So in a way, I doubt that she was that abused. Hate to say that, but I just kind of doubt it, because you don't keep saying things where thousands and hundreds of people, hundreds of thousands of people can hear you talk about someone where he knows what's going on, because you know it's getting back to him. And I think he's just kind of laying low and just thinking she's a nut, and he's just letting it go, thank God. But another man could have come back and killed her by now. She's got to tone it down. We all, a lot of women have the same problems you had, some of them even worse. You're not the only one, Trisha. So go on and continue on with your life like you're doing. Just stop bringing it up every time you're online. Okay, well, I gotta go. I just had to get that off my chest. Thanks, guys, for listening. Like and subscribe. Bye.